everyone, and welcome to St. Paul's Faith Formation this Wednesday evening. This past Sunday was the second Sunday in Easter, and for our story this week, we are turning to John, chapter 20, verses 19 through 31. And the story is about Thomas. The story is called Doubting Thomas, and Ellie will read that to you from the Sparks Bible, and Evan will have an activity for you. Thanks for joining us this evening.
This is the story for the second week of Easter, called Doubting Thomas, and can be found in your Spark Bible. The disciples were hiding in a house the night Jesus rose from the dead. They were afraid. Bam! They locked all the doors. Jesus came and stood by them. "Peace be with you," he said. The disciples looked up in surprise. Jesus showed them his hands and his side so that they would know it was him. The disciples were very happy. Again Jesus said to them, "Peace be with you. God has sent me to you. Now it's your turn to go tell the rest of the world about me." Jesus breathed on them in a very special way. He said, "With this breath, I will always be in your hearts, even when I am in heaven. You now have the power to do the things I've asked you to do." Thomas was the only disciple not there that night. When he got back, the others excitedly told him about Jesus' visit. "I don't believe you," Thomas said. "I'll believe when I can touch Jesus' wounds." A week later, Thomas and the other disciples were in the same house. Jesus came again and stood with them. "Peace be with you," he said to them. "Thomas," Jesus commanded, "come here. Give me your hands. Put your finger on the wounds in my hand. Put your hand by the wound in my side. Do not doubt any more. It's time for you to believe." Thomas's eyes popped. "My Lord and my God," he exclaimed. Jesus answered him, "You believe because I'm here with you, and you've seen me. Think of those who have not seen me, but believe in me anyway. You should believe when you cannot see it for yourself."
In our story that you were just read, we learned about Thomas, who was having a hard time believing that Jesus had come back to life and had visited the other disciples because he wanted to see for himself. Sometimes it is hard to believe in the things that we can't see for ourselves. And that's called faith, is believing in something that we're not able to see. However, then in our activity that Evan is going to go through with you, we're going to do a Lego scene. You could use other toys. You could draw a picture. So you can be as creative as you like. And I want you to think about how you see Jesus in everyday life. And that could be in a variety of ways. Sometimes it's in an act of kindness that you witness, or maybe in another person who's doing something nice for you. It could be in nature. You could see Jesus in community. So just think about, where do you see Jesus and God's presence in our everyday life? And think about, how does that look for you? And then create a scene. So Evan's going to walk you through his, and I want you to take some time and reflect on that and share with an adult close to you.
For this activity, I built some Legos. So you don't have to use Legos. You could use Legos or any other toy that you have, or you could just paint a picture or draw a picture if you wanted. What you're going to make a picture of or portray a scene of using Legos is where you find God in your daily life. So for me, it's outside. So I made some Legos of me walking in a forest. And be creative with this. You don't have to do anything specific. Just think about it for yourself. Where do you see God? And then make something. And then the last step is to share it with an adult that you love. As you can see, this is like me, and I'm walking on a little path with the trees around it. Now, I hope you have fun doing this activity, and thanks for joining.
I'm so glad you joined us this evening. For a few more ideas on ways to reflect on the story and some more activities on how you can practice faith and believing and being close to Jesus, including prayer and other ideas, see the talk to your adult. There was an email sent out, and it included a resource from Faith at Home, which is dofaithathome.org is the website. And there was some great intergenerational ideas as well. So I hope that you have an opportunity to think about other ways that you see Jesus, or how do you get close to your faith in nature or in other ways. And have a wonderful evening. We'll see you next week. Thank you.